It's a very tricky question itself, because honestly everybody is collecting as much feedback as possible. We are talking about collecting all touch points across the customer journey, interaction with the brand. But the main thing is that we have a lot of blind spots at these days. We are not following the, for example, silent feedback when the customer is stepping back, which can be spotted, but for example, by employees at those stages. What is also very tricky, that in many cases, as we are so much focused on social media, we are forgetting that over 65% of the content is generated by less than 20% of the users. So it means that at some stage, we are collecting feedback all the time from the same person, which is not good, because we are losing the contact with the real customers at those days. So what is the most important is to identify individual customers, collect their feedback. What is also very important to see various customers, not the single segment only, because of course there are people who are always sharing and they're willing to share, but there are a lot of customers who are never providing their feedback. And also, at the end of the day, mostly the feedback we are collecting, that's the negative feedback. We have haters who are always providing the very bad opinion about our products or services. So the main thing is to have the one big pot with all of those information we are collecting from the market, and very smartly pick only those who are making the difference for our brand and helps us to improve the customer service and product itself. Any feedback which is helping us to improve is treated as the most important one. And also, as our software is helping to do, is to analyze the feedback itself, so what people are writing. We are having a lot of semantic analysis which are helping to understand what is actually the real opinion provided by the customer, and kind of pre-sorted for the final contact center agent who will solve the problem to the customer. The main thing is approach basing on the single customer view, where we are able to have a single database which is aggregating the data from every single source. No matter if you are talking about transaction, about demographics, about social profile, or about all kind of feedback which is provided by the customer, or about feedback provided by employees which is correlated to the customer, but it needs to be kept in the single place. And then, based on that priceless pool of data, we can build our strategy for the communication, promotion, and engagement of the customer. And that's the starting point for our successful profit journey about the customer. It's a great question, which is following the kind of trends, because once we are collecting all of the customer data, we have this magic and danger at the same time, 360 view over the customer behavior. And data privacy, which is simply drawing the line we should never cross, showing to the customer how well we know him. Because honestly speaking, we can collect any data about the customer, we can see a lot of bad things about our customers, but honestly we cannot ever use it for any kind of marketing purposes. And also, customers are much more wise when it goes about sharing their data. They know their data is an asset for the company, and they will not give it for free. So once they're sharing the data, first of all, they're expecting to get something back for that, and also that we are not going to use it in a bad purpose. So also, we are having a lot of regulations from the law perspective, how we can use those data, utilize them, etc., what kind of questions we're supposed to never ask. So it's all about rules and a very strict policy within the company, how we are collecting and processing data and what happens next with those data. So of course we are limiting access, data are hashed, so we are not showing the personal records to the contact center agent on a full scale. We are, using a lot of anti-fraud algorithms, forbidding from data to be exported to any kind of third-party source, etc. It's a very, very important topic, because at some stage it can be very dangerous for the brand. If, for example, we are talking about the data leakage, for example, as it happens lately for one of the well-known operators.